Every coach hears it eventually. Sometimes it arrives as a battle cry. I'm 54 and I just deadlifted for the first time in my life. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet resignation. I would have been great at this if I'd started younger. And sometimes it arrives as a deflection, a way of avoiding a harder conversation about recovery, rest, or the reality of what the body actually needs right now. The phrase is the same in all three cases. Age is just a number. It's one of the most common things said in fitness. And like most common things, it contains a truth. But only if you're willing to look at which version of it you're actually living. Over the next 3 episodes, that's exactly what we're going to do. Together, they form a single arc, a deeper examination of how the stories we tell ourselves about age shape the lives we allow ourselves to live. This is part 1. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control from Fitness to Flourishing. When someone says age is just a number from a place of genuine empowerment, they're not denying biology. They're rejecting a story they were handed. The story that says decline is inevitable, that the window has closed, that it's too late to begin. That rejection is worth something. People who start strength training in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond and thrive aren't fighting age. They're fighting the idea that age equals limitation. They're using fitness as a means of reclaiming agency over their own identity. And the body, it turns out, responds to that. The body rewards effort, not birth year. But the phrase has a darker side as well. When age is just a number, becomes a way of ignoring recovery needs, training recklessly, skipping sleep, or using bravado to mask a fear of getting older, it stops being empowerment and starts being avoidance. The words are the same. The posture behind them is entirely different. One is a declaration. The other is a deflection. Fitness is one of the few areas of life where the gap between who you believe you are and what your body is actually capable of becomes impossible to ignore. You can tell yourself a story in your head indefinitely. The barbell doesn't care about the story. That's what makes fitness such a revealing arena. Age becomes either the bridge or the barrier between self-belief and physical reality. And which one it becomes depends almost entirely on the narrative you've chosen. The person who walks into the gym at 58 and commits to learning the basics isn't just conditioning their body. They're renegotiating their relationship with themselves. They're proving, through action, that capability isn't fixed and that age is not destiny. That's a powerful thing, but it requires honesty, not just courage. Here's where the empowered version of age is just a number has to do its hardest work. Acknowledging what's actually true about the aging body without letting that truth become a ceiling. Hormones shift. Recovery slows. Tissue tolerance evolves. These are not tragedies. They are variables. And variables don't defeat you. They inform you. The mature response isn't denial, it's ownership. Intelligent training at any age means prioritizing recovery, warming up with intention, sleeping well, maintaining excellent technique, and taking a long-term view of progress. None of that is a concession to age. It's just good programming. And here's the thing. When people train with their age instead of against it, they often outperform their younger selves. Not because they've reversed biology, but because they've developed the psychological wisdom to train smarter. Age is a number. It's also a variable. You don't ignore variables. You program directly to deal with them. Ultimately, what fitness offers at any age is the chance to rewrite your identity in the most visible way possible. Not through affirmations or intentions, but through principled action, through showing up, through doing the thing you said you would do, in a body that may not cooperate perfectly, in a life that doesn't always make it easy. When someone runs their first lap at 60, or returns to a sport they left behind decades ago, or simply decides that the story they were told about aging doesn't have to be their story, that's not denial. That's self-authorship. Age is just a number is true, but the truth it points to isn't that biology doesn't matter. It's that biology doesn't get to write your story. You do. In the next episode, we'll look at how age is just a number reveals the stories people use to justify their choices, and how those stories shape the lives they allow themselves to live. That's it for today. Catch you next time.